Everyone knows the final volume of The Lord of the Rings is called The Return of the King. But here's the thing, that title, it's way more than just a spoiler. It's actually the grand finale to 3,000 years of history, of loss and of prophecy. To really get this story, we've got to understand why the return of a king wasn't just something people hoped for, it was something that seemed absolutely, completely impossible.
Think about it. When we first meet the man who's going to change the fate of Middle-earth, he's no king. He's Strider, just this grim, weathered ranger hiding in the corners of an inn. And when he finally gets to the great city of Minas Tirith, he doesn't stride in like a conqueror. Nope. He just calls himself a captain, someone who's way more comfortable out in the wild than in some fancy palace.
And that's the big question, isn't it? How does this guy, this Lone Ranger, become the single most important person in saving the world? Well, the answer is buried deep in a long, complicated history of fallen kingdoms, of broken promises, and of a line of kings that basically vanished 1,000 years before he was even born.
All right, so to really understand the king, we have to start with the ranger.
So, this Strider character, turns out he's actually Aragorn, the last in a very long line of chieftains of the Dunedain. And these guys, the Rangers of the North, they're the last remnants of a once great people. They live as wanderers in the harsh northern lands, and their whole job, in secret, is to protect all the regular folks from the darkness that's always trying to creep in. His entire life is about duty and hardship, not about royalty.
Okay, so he's a ranger, but he's carrying something way heavier than just a sword. He is carrying the entire history of his people, a history that literally shaped the fate of the world.
You see, Aragorn's story really begins way, way back with Numenor. This was this incredible island kingdom, a gift to the ancestors of men from the gods themselves. But their own pride was their undoing. They got greedy, they defied the gods, and their home was just swallowed by the sea. This sets up a huge theme for his whole family line, that even the greatest, the most powerful, can fall hard.
So after Numenor sinks, the survivors, led by Elendil, they make it to Middle-earth and set up new kingdoms, but disaster just seems to follow this royal line. Elendil's own heir, Isildur, is the one who takes Sauron's ring, but he just can't bring himself to destroy it, and that one failure lets evil survive. Fast forward a couple thousand years, and the very last king of Gondor just rides off to fight the Witch King and is never seen again. And for nearly 1,000 years after that, nothing. The throne of Gondor is empty, just empty.
So you've got Gondor, still a mighty kingdom, but it's incomplete. It's in this holding pattern, ruled by stewards, not kings. And the perfect symbol for this? In the highest court in the city stood a dead tree, the White Tree of the Kings. It was a perfect, sad symbol of this royal line that had just withered away. The kingdom was holding on, but it wasn't whole. It was just waiting. So how on earth does Aragorn bridge this 1,000-year gap in history? Well, not with speeches or by waving around a family tree. He does it with actions. Actions that literally no one else could pull off. What does he do? He takes this absolutely terrifying, forbidden path, walking right through the haunted mountains to summon an army of the dead. These were oath-breakers, spirits cursed to linger until the true heir of Isildur came to call on them. And Legolas's description of it is just chilling. This was a feat that only the one true king could ever hope to accomplish. This is him starting to claim who he was always meant to be.
Okay, so picture this. The final battle for Minas Tirith is going down, and it is not going well. The good guys are totally overwhelmed. The king of Rohan is dead. Hope is pretty much gone.
And just when you think it can't get any worse, it does. A fleet of black ships, the enemy corsairs, start sailing up the river. The soldiers on the walls are literally crying out in despair. It really looks like this is the end for the city. But wait, something happens. A total unbelievable reversal. A flag is unfurled on the first ship, and it's not the enemies. It's the long-lost royal banner of Gondor. It's Aragorn. He used the army of the dead to capture the fleet, and he has arrived at the city's darkest possible hour. In that one moment, everything changes. The king has returned. But see, winning a battle doesn't automatically make you a king. Not in Gondor. The real test of kingship wasn't about a crown. It was about something else entirely. It was about a simple touch.
Yeah, there was this old piece of folklore, something the common folk would say, the hands of the king are the hands of a healer. After the huge battle, a lot of the heroes are dying from this mysterious sickness called the Black Shadow. It's like a spiritual poison spread by the Nazgul, and the best healers in the city, they had nothing.
They were completely powerless against it. And that's when Aragorn walks into the Houses of Healing. He doesn't give orders, he doesn't boast, he just quietly gets to work tending to the sick. Using his forgotten knowledge, he heals Faramir, the steward's own son. He heals Éowyn, the shield maiden who faced down the Witch King, and he even heals Merry, the hobbit. This is how he proves he's the real deal. Not with an army, not with politics, but with pure compassion. He earns their trust, one person at a time.
So when Aragorn is finally crowned, it's a huge deal. But it's not just about one guy getting a crown. No, this is about the start of a brand new age for the entire world.
Gandalf puts it best, of course. He says that the king's return means the Third Age, an age that was all about the fight against Sauron and the lingering magic of the elves, is officially over. The age of elves and magic is fading. Now it's time for the dominion of men.
And this is a massive shift. The elves are leaving, their magic fading from the world. The guardianship they offered is coming to an end. The Fourth Age is going to be the age of humanity. We're on our own now, for better or worse. Aragorn's reign, that's the first sunrise of this whole new world.
And you know, a new age needs a new symbol of hope. So Gandalf takes Aragorn high up into the mountains above the city. And there, growing out of the snow, they find a tiny sapling of the White Tree. Something everyone thought was gone for good, growing against all odds. And it's amazing because the tree's story is his story. The very first seedling was saved from the destruction of Numenor. Its descendants withered and died right when the line of kings failed. So by finding this new sapling and planting it in the court, Aragorn is physically restoring the symbol of his kingdom. It's this powerful living proof that what was broken can be fixed, that hope can be reborn.
So at the end of the day, Aragorn's story isn't just about him returning to a throne. He is the return of hope, of healing, of a line everyone thought was lost forever. He had the right by birth, sure, but he earned it every single step of the way. And it really makes you think, doesn't it? What is it that truly defines a leader? Is it the right you're born with, or is it the courage you show to earn it?